Hoist.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to another live stream with us, the nutty people who play D&D on Thursdays. It's been some interesting conversations been going on in the background which you guys haven't been hearing, so it's been fun.
I was just talking about hoisting the colors like a pirate.
Yeah, of course you were talking about that. So,
Pirate Ferals.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining this evening. I hope we're going to have a really fun time. I've been looking forward to this. I know these guys have also been looking forward to this. At the start of these D&D streams, of course, there are always announcements which I have to go through. Namely because there are some various companies which I do have to thank for allowing us to be able to show the things that we use on the stream. First of those is the miniatures, which you can see to the left of me and underneath me, and occasionally popping up underneath me. I am keying out for some reason. Are all made in Heroforge, and many thanks to Heroforge for allowing us to be able to show these miniatures on the stream and giving us permission to show our artistic flair. Another thing which you can hopefully hear going on in the background, which perhaps is a little bit too loud, and now noticing my levels here, is the music, which is providing a certain amount of ambience for us and our players. That is provided to us by SiriusGate.com, Tabletop.audio.com, Ian Grimm, FestianStudios.com, Alexander Nakarada for Server.studios. There are two more. I have their names written down somewhere. David, something like that,
Steve,
and Ian McLeod. Sorry?
Steve the intern.
Steve the intern. It's not Steve the intern, that's for sure.
Aww.
But many thanks to them for allowing us to be able to use the music on stream and provide some background ambience to get us in the mood and get us in the headspace for whatever situation we're going to be thrown into today, or my players are going to be that I am going to be throwing at my players. There is also the ability to influence the game for you guys to take part a little bit in what happens in the game today. You can do that by using your channel points to grant a reroll, to grant inspiration, to grant advantage, to grant inspiration to any one of us. I'm including me in that. Please, that would be nice.
No.
But please do feel free to use your channel points to be able to influence the game and have a bit of fun with it as well. One more announcement. I keep going through all the list in my head. I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/@games_and_t, where you can find all the episodes, all the sessions, bar 2, unfortunately, for these guys, the Scarlet Guard. Every single one of them is on YouTube there, so you can catch up. You can catch up on the shenanigans that they have been putting me through since a year or so ago. I think it was. It's been how long? We've been doing this for almost 2 years, haven't we? Good Lord,
yeah,
almost 2 years.
That must have been a huge recap for you.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Thank you for there, Sean.
Huh?
And yeah, you can also do all the stuff like this.
What reason?
Sean's like, what?
What I do?
I wasn't looking at the chat. So Lydia gifted it to me, so it's Lydia.
Okay, well, thank you, Lydia.
I was like, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
What happened?
I think that's. Is there something I'm missing with announcements? No, there isn't. I don't believe there is. If there's an announcement which I'm probably forgetting, either one of my players or myself will go, oh yeah, that's something else I need to say. But anyways, we're going to get on with some character introductions, and we're going to start with... Who are we going to start with? I'm going to roll a d6 here. It's a 6. Oh, okay, well, that's going to be me. Great, cool, alright. I'm going to be starting with Illyria. Illyria is normally played by Zelma, and Illyria is a failing from the Empire of Vork, a Mind Flayer empire that seems to be floating around, or appears to be floating around the world of Manitar. She is a failing, a fighter, and a wizard, and recently got all her powers back, or rather all her memories back of her time in the Empire of Bunobral, where she grew up as a elf. Failings are they are a failed metamorphosis, I believe it's called, or ceremorphosis, from a creature, either elf, human, dwarf, any other humanoid creature, into a mind flayer, and she is a failed version of that, and is, according to information that's told to her, a slave race to the mind flayer empire. Somehow, she managed to leave said empire and has fallen in with these at the time, 4 other individuals, but now 5, and to try and find out more about her memories, and that she has done. She has now persuaded her friends, her compatriots, to journey to Dial Chadar, where she grew up, and hopefully discover more about herself there. Beside her, I'm going to let her do the introduction rather than me, is Lydia, who runs the character of Shania. Please tell us a little bit more about Shania for us, Lydia.
No joke. No jokes tonight. I'm out of jokes. I'm deathly afraid of what's about to happen next. Janai is a lean, mean drinking machine, but she's currently on a joyous trip with her friends, a guilt trip to be precise, because she managed to abandon her hometown at the time where they needed her most, and she didn't know about that. And she's been he's shaking his head, but y'all know what's up. He's been planning things. Look at that evil grin. Use the applicable emotes here. And she's just been traveling first with friends, then with some teammates that she has become to think of as friends, and currently agreed to travel with these morons. Yeah, and Tafari, who's the biggest moron of them all, to a land where apparently they just want her dead on sight. So that's super calming. She's a tiefling and a fighter. But she has to hide who she is right now, because you can't be party face if they want to strip the face from your face.
Absolutely. And, well, I'm not going to say any more because I have plans. Besides Shania, beside Lydia, is Neil from Twitch channel Immersion Diversion, who runs a character of a very bald, or at least his hair is growing back very, very slowly, elf ranger in the form of Sykes.
Very transparent.
It's and a little bit opaque. Yeah, indeed. Please tell us a little bit more about Sykes for us.
Hey, how you doing, Edward?
I am doing very well.
I just wanted to say hi. I like your hair today. Please don't kill me.
Oh, so that's what
I see how it is.
But yeah, I play Sykes, the Wood Elf Ranger Rogue, and currently in a predicament. He's kind of not in a spot where he wants to be, but I think he could be okay. He's a farmer who used to be a hunter, who is now turned back into a hunter to save his family.
That's pretty concise. Pretty concise.
Yeah.
Pretty concise. And how is that search for your family going?
I mean, we're currently in the country that, he was told they were possibly in, so it's, going against the crow. What are they called?
You are definitely in the continent.
Crows.
Yes.
Yeah, going up against a bunch of what are they? Drow.
Dark
A
elves.
bunch of Drow. Drow stole my family. Maybe
that's what you think.
Yeah.
The man of chaos, the myth, the legend, the one who is easily able to break me with probably whatever he's able to manage to do, and it's usually pretty freaking easy, is Jeff.
Ruben, you're up. Oh, wait.
From the Twitch channel, Alhadrin. How you doing, mate? And please tell us a little bit more about Tafari for us.
I am good. Well, after a long and fruitless search in another continent, Tafari is now back home with a big group of friends and Janae, who was his best frenemy.
Actually, that's actually about accurate, to be honest.
Nah, that's pretty accurate, yeah. And Tafari is a noble from this land. His family has been involved in a small civil war, and Tafari is just a healthy-looking young fellow, at least that's what he looks like, and he is just out to meet new people and then horribly massacre them. Or give a slight tap to some mysterious skulls that he is warned not to tap. It's always involved with something, with the group's him saying, don't do this, and I think it's the party's fault, to be honest. It's the party's fault. They should know by now that they should not tell me, do not do this, because I mean, we've had the gunpowder explosion on the ship. Don't go to the ammo room. Okay.
Okay, so it goes to the amber room
Yeah,
and basically obliterates 3 guards.
Don't touch the skulls. Immediately
Don't touch the
touches the skulls.
Touches the skulls. Yeah,
It's not
no.
the
Maybe we
party's
should
fault.
tell him to do
Predictable
stuff from now on.
Yeah,
Let's tell him
Yeah.
to do
not
stuff
the
from now on. He
party's
won't
fault.
do it.
It's the party's fault. I'm honestly, I deeply believe that.
We'll have to just tell him to do things from now on.
Yeah, but then he
won't
can
do
blame it on us when it goes wrong.
True.
It's reverse psychology.
It's a
There's no win.
lose-lose. It's a lose-lose situation. It's a lose-lose situation when having to do it to Tefari.
No,
Yeah.
no one's
Safari, don't cast the spell at them. Cast the spell. Yes, he did what he said. I mean, bad Safari. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Besides
at some point,
Tefari.
you've all been- Oh, okay, go on.
Besides Tefari, before this descends into utter chaos, we have, I suspect, possibly the voice of reason among this merry band of troop. Somehow is the voice of reason, despite being a very what's the words, cloistered individual, is very naive to the world, but somehow is able to be the most sensible one of this lot.
He's our
Is
inspector.
Sean, who runs the
Yes.
character Farrell.
Played by a shadow demon today because for some reason I'm really in shadow right now. I look very dark and menacing.
Ooh.
Got evil feral.
But yeah, but
The
he
level.
was grew up in like a stronghold community in the middle of the forest, and then when his friend that apparently has absolutely no faith in him whatsoever, asked him to help find his family, so he, was able to leave and help him out.
I have
But
faith in you.
yeah,
Stop the
well-
river.
I'm a healer, and you're afraid of dying. How dare you?
What? No. I think I run it all the time. But just kidding.
But
I
yes,
have faith.
Farrell does indeed have faith, and Farrell is a what we'd call a shaman from a verbal fortress within the Gloaming Forest, where Sykes was a very good friend of those of the fortress, and so Sykes called upon Farrell to help him in his quest to search for his family.
Yeah.
Last but not least, a very, very recent addition to this group, and in terms of player and character, is Ruben, who runs the character of Atlas. How you doing? Please tell us a little bit more about Atlas for us.
Well, I'm doing well. Very much in contrast to Atlas, who is a strongman. And when he met the party, he was just doing his job. Set up a very nice show. He earned some money. Had a pint with a friendly giant afterwards. And then we got attacked and the ship crashed and he's buried like 20 people and he's seen demons. Atlas is not having the time of his life right now.
It has definitely been the roller coaster ride for him, and I think that is a very, very good segue to the start of our session tonight, where our 6 heroes were on a skyship. The operative word there being were on a skyship that was heading northwards to Dalinda through various different little villages, when it got attacked, firstly by some sky sharks, which appear to sort of take a liking to the crew on the ship, and then got attacked by a sky terror, an enormous, what for better description, flying dragon turtle that seemed to have it in for the ship, and had torn out one of the mechanisms that was keeping the ship afloat in the air. They were able to fend off, or rather distract said Sky Terror with an ingenious move by Tefari using hypnotic pattern on it. And they were able to move the ship away downwards beyond the range of the Sky Terror. However, unfortunately, with one functioning levitation port, as it were, the ship was not able to hold itself upright, and it crash-landed within Adar Forest. Thankfully, not killing everybody on the ship, but certainly quite a few members of crew and quite a few members of the public that were using the ship as transport.
No one important died.
Apparently so. During the night, while in the recovery, during the first night, our heroes could hear strange goings on around them, strange sounds in the forest around them, and certainly did not present a very welcoming atmosphere to sleep in. In the following morning, the captain of the ship, who you guys still do not know the name of, approached them and said one of the crew had disappeared in the night. Sykes being the tracker he is, or was it Farrell? I forget which one of you it was.
Technically both of us, but
Yeah, I was
Technically both of you.
both.
Okay.
I think I have the better one, but he is trained as well, so it's like, yes.
Well, the both of you found the tracks of this said crewman, followed the crewman stealthily for a little while further into the forest, and felt they were doing pretty well, and then decided to be less stealthy.
Really ominous music.
Attracted the attentions of a shadow demon, or rather several shadow demons, that proceeded to plow into them, tearing them apart, or at least trying to tear our 6 heroes apart. Poor Atlas found his normal way of dealing with things, grabbing them and holding them and pummeling them, just not working, and was very frustrated with that.
Or taking things on the chin. That also was less successful than usual.
Indeed, because these creatures cause psychic damage, whereas unfortunately Atlas, that's the one thing he's not good at. They did, however, manage to defeat these shadow demons, sending them off back into the abyss from where they came. Go away, fly. That is the one thing that really does distract me.
Girl, stop
send them off
polymorphing into flies.
send them off into the abyss from whence they came. When they came across a river, these tracks which they had been following had led to this river, and they needed to try and get across this river somehow. A very interesting take of the use of wind spell by Farrell was able to part the river. It was interesting. It was a bit touch and go, because there was a little bit of not sure if the river's going to stay. It was a bit going to overflow, but you managed to run across, picking up Illyria as she caught her foot on a slick rock hidden in the riverbed, and out of the other side. They proceeded through the jungle and came across more of these poles with skulls of various feline creatures, generally humanoid, of various different sizes, as well as a few other human / elf / not tabaxi, kenku, bird-like skulls on poles within this forest. And Tifari, being the person he is, saw, or was it Farrell? I believe it was. I forget which one of you.
It was
Kitsune.
Kitsune.
Kitsune, thank you. No, well, I'm going to carry on for a moment. One of you spotted this transparent jellyfish-like creature floating through the air. That was you, Farrell. Thank you.
Yep.
Floating through the air and just boop, into a skull. Farrell warned warned everybody about it, including Tefari, at which point Tefari went, I'm going to go and touch it, or rather, I'm going to get Tefari to touch a skull.
Kitsune.
Kitsune. I'll get the names right eventually. Kitsune to go and touch a skull.
Named Tefari.
Relay Tefari.
We named the dog Indiana.
It's really easy. The smart one is Kitsune.
Thank you for that reference. Very well done. But yes, Tefari sent Kitsune off to go and bat one of these skulls. At which point the skull lifted off from its post, flew in, and started to assault our 6 heroes. At which point 4 others also jumped up of their falls, flew in and started assaulting and slapping, as it were, our 6 heroes with these horrible tendrils coming out from underneath the skulls. And at which point another skull opened its mouth and produced another mouthful within, creating, certainly in 2 of our characters, a huge amount of fear. But our characters are now embroiled in combat with these said skulls. So we're going to jump into that combat now. Here we go. I believe you guys should all have the whatchamacallit.
Yep.
And we ran through a full round of couple of combats. I'm going to start right back at the top of the round with Tefari. What you up to, sir?
Yes, that is an excellent question. I will. I will take a little steppy back.
Okay, I didn't see where you were. Sorry, my apologies.
I was here.
Okay, as you step back, you are gonna
back here.
provoke an attack opportunity.
Yeah, but he's gonna miss, so it's okay.
I like the confidence.
You love the confidence. I love the confidence as well.
Oh yeah.
That is going to be hopefully. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Told you.
Jeff,
still
can you
works.
shut up with your
It
jinxing
still
like
works.
dice, please? I don't know how. I literally. I do have to say this. I don't know how he does it, but he has this ability to influence whatever I roll, be it electronically or in real life. It is extremely frustrating. But anyway, yes, go ahead. What do you want to do?
I would like to have Dybbuk number 2 make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Because the Tankard of Terror is gonna be dexterity save. Sorry,
A dexterity save. Okay.
the Tankard of Terror is gonna be unleashed.
Wow.
22.
All right.
Oh, that's for the one thing. Okay. I was like, damn.
So it's. I believe it has saved that thing. It saved your spell save there. Correct?
Let me. 50. Yeah, the creature must make a dexterity saving throw, so it misses.
Oh, and it has resistance to magic, but even though, what the hell? Just to see what else I would have rolled. 22 would have been.
And then I will move. Let me see, that's 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I will move here. Sorry,
Okay.
I was thinking a bit on whatever. And the music could be a little bit.
I was wondering about that. There we
Yeah, it's better.
go. Little bit less blaring the eardrums out. Okay,
Yeah.
is that your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, it is now the turn of Illyria. Illyria is currently over there and is feeling very, 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 very hurt. Very hurt, in actual fact. And is going to... she is going to cast Magic Missile on these creatures. Or at least she's going to cast Magic Missile on the creature in front of her. And Magic Missile, of course, is one of those things that hits automatically. I really find that annoying that it does that, but that's me. And he's going to hit. She's gonna spread them out a bit. One of them is going to hit the creature in front of her, and the other one is going to streak past you, Atlas, and striking, hopefully, the creature, striking and hopefully killing the creature that is currently in combat with you. That it does 4 points of force damage to it. Book number 4 is going to take. Okay. Oh fuck! I've done it again. I've done it again. This magic missile, or this greenish, I believe it's greenish grey energy, strikes past you, whistles past you, Atlas, striking this Dybbuk and scattering the skull out in front of you. You can now see this creature is just floating there in front of you. It's still alive, but it is completely unprotected, and it has no mouth, no face, no nothing. It's just this transparent, milky white jellyfish floating in front of you. It still is alive, though.
For now.
For now. Go away. It is not unconscious.
But yeah, even when Zelma's here, you should be rolling for him every time, because whenever you're rolling as Illyria,
For some reason, I always do it. So, and she's going to fire the same thing off against it. Doesn't kill it. I was worried about that, but this. Oh no, her energy is purple. Sorry, my apologies. Purple grey energy goes streaking past your shoulders, striking, first scattering the skull away from you into pieces beyond it, and then diving straight in past through this creature, leaving this almost like you know how like when a bullet passes through ballistic gel?
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Goop.
That is going to be her turn. It is now the turn of does she? No, she's going to move away. She's going to move away. 5, 10, 15, 20, and just go hide with Tavari at the back. That is going to be her turn. It is now the turn of the Dybbuks. Dybbuk number 1. What are they going to do?
All 3 of them attack me.
One of them will, but unfortunately there is one right in contact with you, Sykes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't do what? Oh, it covered my 16 damage.
I hope so. I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
We shall have to see. Sorry, I'm just I'm genuinely trying to delay this as much as possible because I don't want this to happen, but I also have to play the character.
Yeah. No, you're good. Yep.
12.
Oh,
That
okay,
misses.
Oof. Well, I have to be fair. They are flanking me.
They are indeed, yes. So that does grant advantage.
My god, your honesty is gonna kill you someday.
I know.
Well, we'll have to see.
But it's commendable.
That is a 23, so that does unfortunately hit. And
Yes, good job being honest now.
Oh, that's 2d8.
yeah, that's 16.
That.
Yeah.
That was what you needed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I needed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh no! Wait.
What you see is these tendrils come out from underneath this creature, and because you are distracted by the creature behind you, even though Atlas is there, kind of getting hold of himself, but even though Atlas is there, these tendrils come striking down upon you, hitting you in your back, and knocking you flying forwards. It is now Dybbuk number 2's turn. That is them. They are over here and are going to. They're pretty intelligent, so they don't see Kitsune as a threat, but they do see sword-wielding tiefling as a threat. So they're going to go up, and he's going to float around to here. 5, 10. And float to there. And because they are now flanking, they are pretty intelligent, so they would do this, I'm afraid. Sorry.
That's alright.
That is a... Why was that a disadvantage? 14 does hit, but let me just see if that...
Is it because of my cloak? Or did that... No,
That-
wait. I think
that
I already got
disappeared.
hit since my...
That
Yeah.
you had been hit since then.
Yeah.
But unfortunately does still hit you, though.
Right.
And you will take 17 points of damage, and because you have been struck by this, you will also your maximum hit points are reduced by. Oof. Your max hit points are reduced by 6.
Alright.
Ouch.
I'll note that down somewhere.
So that is going to be its turn, and finally. The book in front, whose skull is now gone. It's literally just the floating tendrils. Is looking a little bit panicked, and what's it going to do? It's looking panicked. It is going to dimension door out of there. So you watch, Atlas. You watch as this creature just suddenly gets himself enveloped in this very beautiful, almost sparkling white-blue energy, circles around it, and then. Just disappears. That is their turn. Sykes, unfortunately, I'm sorry, but
Yep.
you ain't doing anything right now.
Yep.
Farrell, you're up.
Looking at Sykes, do
Mhm.
I confirm what these things do to a person when they knock them unconscious?
Are you going to go over and inspect him?
I will put my. Is this thing still here? Is this blocking terrain? This post?
No, I threw that away.
No, that's
time.
gone.
Okay. But yeah, so I'll come up here and then
Okay,
look at him.
as you move away, you do provoke an
about to
opportunity attack
to
from.
prepare healing him.
You do
yeah.
promote. You do get an opportunity attack from Dybbuk 2, since his turn did come around. He's
Yeah,
up to
that'd
do
be
again. You think?
Ah,
Uh,
fine enough.
Jeez, bloody hell! My dice are doing paying
Ow.
attention to me today. Yeah, you get struck in the back as one of these tendrils comes out and strikes you across the back, dealing
And
9
then-
points of wound to you. You do
Sentinel.
six. You okay, you can definitely do that.
All right.
Unfortunately,
Crack its skull open.
your concentration does drop.
If the sentinel
Oh yeah, yeah.
goes
No,
up, it
the
won't.
Sentinel doesn't really do anything to
No.
Farrell,
Oh, yeah, he
unfortunately,
can-
but I do
yeah,
get
true.
to land the punch
do get to
while
strike,
he's distracted.
Oh, okay,
And
gotcha. Yeah.
Farrell, your max hit
Yeah.
points.
Yeah!
Wow!
Nice.
Nice, natural 20. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Have some damage, you bitch.
20
That is
damage.
20 points of
Nice.
damage, right
Don't
bang
hit
on
my
top there.
friend.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's looking beat. The jaw of the skull is gone. Half one socket has just been sheared off by your strike, and it's basically just like all the top part of the top half of the skull is just sort of floating there, being held up by this jellyfish-like creature underneath. Yeah, wow, amazing. So, Farrell, what do you want to do?
I'm preparing to heal Sykes to maybe
Okay.
then realize something bad.
Roll me a medicine check.
And then I have a meta question for you, depending on how this turns out.
Oh no!
have a hero point?
Sykes is unconscious. It's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
I cast Healing Word
You cast
At
healing word on
second-
Sykes.
at second level.
You cast a healing word on Sykes, and this greenish energy emits from healing word is that a touch one or is that the?
It's touch.
Just the range.
That's touch, okay.
Touches the cure wounds one, I think.
Yeah, healing word
Okay.
is range.
Oh no, it is
Okay.
Cure Wounds. Sorry,
So,
yeah, it is Cure Wounds. Yeah.
You speak your holy shamanistic words, and this green
Yeah.
energy emerges
No,
from it.
I have Cure Wounds, not Healing Word.
Oh, you want to do cure wounds?
Sorry. Yeah, I don't have Healing Word. I have Cure Wounds.
Okay,
It's,
okay. Then you
sorry.
lean down, and this green and this beautiful, fresh cut grass type of green light emerges from your hand and goes to sink into Sykes, except it just sort of flows off him. It doesn't enter. It just seems to flow off him, and not at all penetrate or heal any of his wounds.
Okay, so I have a meta question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are we leveling up after this encounter? And if so, will you give me something that I can do once I level up?
Have you got an inspiration?
I do. I can spend it.
What is it you want to do?
I am going to polymorph into a bear because I'm enraged. And
Okay.
I can polymorph as a free action. But I
Right.
have to be Druid level
I'll-
2 in order for that, but...
I'll take your inspiration.
Okay.
You're no longer inspired, and I
Yep.
will allow you, for now, to polymorph into a bear.
Okay. Yes. I need their character sheet, but yes.
Well, it's when you polymorph like that, your strength and dexterity become the bear, but wisdom, intelligence,
Yeah.
and charisma remain the same as yours. So let me just get the bear stats up for you.
Also, you get like temporary HP kind of too, right? Like you get the HP of the bear also.
You get the
I
bear.
think?
You get the HP
Yeah.
of the bear itself. What type of bear would you like to be?
Whichever one he would have seen growing up?
He would have seen black bears.
Okay, so yeah, it'd be a black bear.
Oh, no,
Kodiak
no, he
bears?
wouldn't. He would have seen brown bears. Brown bears are
Brown?
brown bears are a little bit more accurate for the gloaming forest. So
I like the idea though that it still has like a patch of hair that's like red, like his hair.
oh,
Like-
absolutely.
He's a
that
red
there's
bear,
still
not a brown bear.
something feral about it.
Just a bit gingerbread.
That's not
Yeah.
what it is. Let me just try and get this to you. Did anything pop on your screen?
Not no.
No. Okay. There is a way to do this, and
I think I can move it into my select polymorph.
You can. You can.
Spell. I'm just trying to think of where I go to do that, or how.
Because you are technically not able to polymorph, it won't allow you to do it. Yeah, it won't actually allow you to do it just yet because you are technically not allowed to
Okay.
polymorph. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
allowing you now. So tell you what. I'll let you know what it is you want to do. He has a 40-foot speed, climb speed of 30, has strength +4, constitution +3, and has 2 attacks, a bite and a claw attack.
Okay. And do they get the bite claw, or like the
Both.
claw bite, or okay?
No, it's one of each.
Yeah. Okay.
One of each.
All right. Well, I can't do any of that right now, but
Nope.
yeah. But he bellows out like in like egg pain, and then just turns into a bear, and he's ready to just rip this thing to shreds.
Absolutely. There's this cry of almost grief from Farrell that you all hear, and his form just expands and expands and extrudes. His armor disappears as this massive brown bear appears in his place, claws extended, teeth bared, and just growling at this floating skull in front of him. Atlas, you're up. You are no longer frightened. The creature that had previously kept you in a state of panic. When you glance around, it's no longer there. You're pretty sure that these creatures that are here, yeah, they're horrible too, but they're not the one that did it to you. So you're pretty sure you're good. You're good now.
Very nice. I mean, this one over here is still quite horrible because he did horrible things to Sykes. So I'm gonna do horrible things to him. And I'm gonna recklessly punch him.
Hell yeah.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
recklessly punch Sykes.
What out! Yes, exactly.
Get up!
15 does hit.
Right.
I believe. Hang on, let me just double check that. It should do.
Sure.
Though. I had the wrong stats in front of me. Yes, it does. A 15 does hit.
Alright, there goes first damage. That should be 2 more, because my rages are always weird.
Yeah, Fantasy Grounds being weird with rage.
Yep, but that should be 7 damage in total.
Mhm.
And then
7,
I'm
so
gonna attack him again. And there we go. 21 should definitely hit.
Definitely does hit. Yes.
Yep, and that should be 6.
6. Okay, so that's additional 1. Okay, so. Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I will try to grapple him because I punched him. I can do that.
Okay.
That's opposed athletics.
Yeah. No, you go to grapple him, and it's currently in a creature. Sure, it's in a creature right now. So let's see if I roll. No, you grab the skull.
All right.
You now have the skull grasped in your hands, just held there in, and you can see it's struggling, trying to free itself of you, but it's just held there.
Yeah, I'll hold it to the mouth of the bear, and that's about all I can do for the turn.
All right, Shania.
All right. I think my back is towards Sykes, so I haven't spotted
Yep.
him yet.
Correct.
A little meta question from long ago, because I'm just sort of desperately searching through my inventory, trying to find anything at all. We got a potion from George's in the last town.
Yes, you did.
What was that potion?
That was a healing potion with some added benefit that you weren't aware of.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Just asking. No reason. I'm gonna kick punch my way out of here, but first, scimitar time.
Go for it.
Yeah. All right. First attack. I almost attacked myself out of sheer panic. There we go.
Sorry. That definitely hits.
Yep. Well, there you go. Have some damage.
Excuse me a moment. Okay, and that is attacking him. 2. Yes, you. How do you want to do this?
I'm just a whirlwind of blades right now, so this is only my first movement, and I'm just going to keep going. So I'll turn around and zoom right over to the other one.
Absolutely, you do. Absolutely, this creature gets split in half by your swirling blades. You don't even see it; just gets scattered. Like you did enough damage to go through the skull and the creature in one go. So that's the reason why you're able to do this. But yeah, it just gets scattered and sprayed. This almost sludge-like white and blue substance just gets sprayed off from your blades, and you spin around carrying on your movement.
All right, and I'll turn around, and that's when I see Sykes and the bear.
You see Sykes and the bear,
and Atlas pounding his way through and just holding his skull to a bear's mouth, and I'm just gonna. I don't know, man. I'm not thinking straight, and I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run.
Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair.
I'm gonna do some more stabbing.
Hey, Zelma.
Hey, Zelma.
Hi, Zelma.
I'll be. We'll have you jump in as the camera in a moment. Just give me a few moments, but let me just head back to the thing.
Need the map, my guy.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm juggling several different things at the present moment. So just give me a moment. Is that your,
While you do
turn,
that,
Sinead?
I'll like elaborately describe this attack. So.
Go for it. Please do.
So there's a Atlas is holding the skull of the creature at the bear's mouth. So I'm not trying to hurt Pharaoh in any way. I'm just going to stab downward. So missing Atlas's hands, I'm just going to sort of impale from above.
Okay, roll me your attack, please.
Classic Zelda.
Between his fingers.
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, classic Zelda situation.
A 16 does hit.
Yeah, because I understand that there's a bear wanting retribution, but I also have feelings.
That's absolutely fair.
Oh yeah,
There we
by
go,
the way,
Zelda.
Zelma, I'm also a bear right now, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I got you.
All right, so that's the damage, 9. Which, according to the thingy, does the
Let me
thing?
just have a quick look. That
How do you
was
wanna do
on... Okay, it's not quite.
No,
You strike down between the fingers of Atlas. Thank you. Between the fingers of Atlas, and you completely strike through the skull. It splinters and just falls apart from Atlas's hands. Unfortunately, Atlas, due to this, your hand it's suddenly like you were holding something, and then it was just nothing, and your hand just passes through this creature. Tonight, you have done enough damage to be able to, and you pass through the creature, shearing off several of its tentacles. However, it is still alive, but it's sort of floating there, very much in a awkward state, not sure what it was to do.
Yep. And I will roar one more time, bellowing along with the beast beside me. And at advantage now, because I forgot to click that earlier, one last strike.
Go for it. 25
Nice.
does hit.
Nice.
Yep, 25.
Dropping on natural one.
Excellent.
That definitely does it. That absolutely does it. How do you want to do this? This floating creature is looking there, looking a little bit panicked, complete only by its movements. Can you see it? What do you want to do?
I waste no time. This is a clean kill. It's straight through once again from up back to down and then up again, and impale it once more, and stepping immediately through the remains to go to Sykes. My roars now deep and infernal and chiming in with the bear.
Absolutely you do. Absolutely you do. You dash across the Sykes. For the moment, we are now out of combat. You dash across the Sykes. He is there on the ground. This horrendous necrotic scrape across his back, lying there completely motionless right now.
What
I just
happened?
kind of nuzzle him with my nose.
What happened, Uso? What happened?
Got hit by these weird tentacle things. And he just dropped.
I use Spare the Dying on him. I know that
Nice.
it doesn't make any sense for the play, but Janai would.
Janai
So
would,
she's
yeah.
just kneeling and praying and kneeling and putting her hands on him.
You all begin to gather around us and watch what Janai does. This is very much out of character for her. But she kneels there, her hands stretched across, stretched over the body of Sykes. And then this pale, very pale white light just begins to gently emanate from her hands. It begins to float across the back of Sykes, seemingly almost enveloping him in this very faint white gossamer blanket, as it were, before it fades into his body.
I'm just gonna keep repeating the same motions over. It's a camp. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm looking at the bear and I'm waiting.
Let me just have a quick look at Spare the Dying.
Yeah, it's not Spare the Dead.
No.
Dying. sadly.
Dying.
Yeah.
Dying, I know. So I do need to.
Can I
remind myself
turn
of what it is.
undead to alive?
Where are you, Spare the Dying?
I'm evil, so spare the
Stabilizes
alive.
someone, if I remember correctly.
It's a spell, of course it is a spell.
A good person, you spare the dying. An evil person, you spare the alive.
Spare the Dying is a kind
Turns them undead.
Yeah.
Bear's alive. Why does he look like a zombie?
You watch as let me just have another quick read of this thing. It's alright. There's a god of mechanics going on here right now, which I need to think about. Okay.
Sit near bated breath.
You this spell fades into Sykes' body. And this is the first time you've ever done this. So you don't know what should happen, really. You don't know whether there should be this gentle rise of breath or somehow the body begins to start moving or anything like that. But you've never done this before. And so you stand there kneeling, and your hands you're doing these motions. Your hands are moving over his body, sending this light out. This light fades into Sykes' body, but nothing seems to happen. Nothing seems to happen.
It's not helping. Safari, Illyria?
Atlas walks over here and just curses and kicks some rocks. God damn it.
You shut your mouth hole!
I only do it for 9 hours.
I just curl up and lay down next to him.
Farrell!
Oh God.
Farrell!
Dude.
Oh no.
Fucking hell, why did you do that to me? Oh, my heart.
Man, Illyria's like 12 points away from death. God damn.
My heart.
I
that
was
hurt.
gonna heal you on that round, but I didn't realize that Sykes was so low too. But they
Yeah,
acted
take that
before
much
even I
damage.
could.
I know.
Yeah, it was.
I was right after them.
What do you want to do?
Farrell, do something. Farrell's a bear. It's not working.
Tafari, I will walk up to him, ask Kitsune to come with me, and convene with Kitsune if he has any. I ask Kitsune if he has any ideas on what we can do to help.
Kitsune trots gently over to Sykes, nozzles the body, tries to tilt Sykes' head up, but with his nose, but doesn't seem to do anything, and looks back at you, and communicates in the way that you guys have done privately before, and says to you that it looks like he's the same way that the Wolfman was. I don't know of anything. Maybe a priest?
I told her through. Well, I'm sorry, my magic is not. I can't help here. The only thing we need is a priest, a holy man.
We're in the middle of the jungle. Where are we going to?
There might be some druids nearby. Maybe they can help.
Ooh, I'm gonna do a quick history check.
Sure. What do you want to do history check on?
It would be involving Illyria's brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a cleric.
Sure. To your knowledge, your brother's probably dead.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
That would have been convenient.
Would be convenient.
Illyria, do you know of any place with healers anywhere?
Wish I could tell you, but I do have a brother, but I think he's dead? I don't know.
Supposed to know these lands, damn it, both of you.
Were there any priests on the ship?
Not to your knowledge.
No, I'm asking the question anyway.
Don't know. I don't know. We were only just there.
The holy men here are usually just in the city, except for maybe some druid circles.
The city? Get into a city.
That's our best option.
Is he... I check to see if he's dead.
Roll a medicine check.
Where's my skills? There they are. Oh, good. -1 on those. A lovely 3.
Could be. He's definitely unconscious. He's not moving.
I just sit there muttering something about Ventulia, and I'll just continue praying, and I'll grab onto Farrell's fur, and I shake him, trying to get a response, like trying to make him do something, anything.
Shania, please just roll me a D100.
Okie dokie.
Oh, we lost Farrell.
The bear is ignoring her.
The bear is ignoring you right now.
There's gone.
I'll wait with rolling until he gets back.
Bear's gone. Oh, I'm dead.
There he is.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, that
my
was-
internet died for a second.
Oh.
Thought that was the case. No worries, dude. Let me just get you back onto the thing. There we go. I'm gonna have to do some flipping around of people in a moment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to flip you all around.
Yeah.
I'm a birdo.
Look at my
While
mustache.
I take care of that, please please roll me a D100.
Okay.
Oh.
42. The life, universe, everything.
Indeed.
Isn't that 47? No, it is 42.
No, Star Trek.
Okay, thank you. That's all I needed.
Wait, what happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
Yay, we fixed that.
Apart from being back.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
Farrell,
back to being
Janai's
dead.
hands are currently sort of trying to shake you, get you to do something.
Oh, I stand
Even
up.
though you're a bear.
Yeah, I will just stay on all fours, but I'll get up and then look at her. Like, do what? Kind of on my face. Because I realize I can't speak when I'm in that form.
Don't look at me like
You
that.
just
You're a
said,
bear.
"Bow."
You're a fucking bear.
Bow.
You're a healer. He's your best friend. You're a bear, and you should heal him.
Farrell. Roll me a wisdom perception check with advantage, please. As you are
Perception?
currently a bet. Wisdom perception, yeah. Your own stats as they remain the same.
Yep.
You are currently a bear.
Nat 20.
Natural
Wow.
20, 27.
Not 20 at least.
Sykes is dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know this now. There is no soul. There's nothing coming back from this, and there is no life in that body. It is now simply a corpse. And there is this strong smell of the jungle around you. There is this earth, roots, trees, twigs, rotting vegetation, rotting flesh, and then a fresh smell comes to your nose. Weird spicy smell. A little bit of heat in there. Odd, almost pastry smell in there too as well.
I start to follow my nose to wherever this scent is.
You follow your nose to where the scent is, and very quickly, a spear is in front of your nose. And you look up, and it is being held by a very tall tiefling with curled ram's horns that extend from the forehead and go and curl backwards and downwards behind the ears and outwards. This tiefling has a very dark red skin, very, very deep mahogany red skin, and he's just holding the spear right at your nose, almost with a look of fear in his eyes.
Does
Yeah.
the rest of us see this?
You see Farrell in his bear form stood up, and has smelt something, has begun to sort of pad very slowly away before he stops and looks in a direction which you guys haven't seen quite yet. You do see him wander off.
I'll end my
I'll
wild
f-
shape in kind of like surprise. Sorry, I'll let you say the rest of it though.
No, that's what I was about to say. I'll follow. I'll follow him, and I'll let Kitsune stay at the body
Sure.
of Sykes.
Ending your druid form in sort of, what the hell? There's this person in front of you, and he also jumps back and goes, "The hell are you?" Tafari,
I-
you are there now. You see now what appears to be a tiefling. with very deep mahogany red skin. Clothing is very tattered, very tattered clothing, and with horns, sort of rams-like horns that extend from their forehead and curl backwards out and backwards around the ears.
We were here, we crashed, and my friend is gone, and
we're looking for a powerful healer to help resurrect our friend.
He looks past you, and he sees the rest of you gathered around the body of Sykes. Have you fallen up to the sky?
Yes.
How long has he been dead?
A minute, maybe, not more.
And he just gives a very sharp whistle, and suddenly around the two of you, three more tieflings come out of hiding. Some of them, a couple of them, have this very light pastel green color with horns that sort of extend up slightly in this almost twisted way. You see another tiefling with this very light pastel blue color, and another tiefling with this very deep mahogany red. All of them armed seemingly as a hunting party or a scouting party. Among them, though, you also see one human and a halfling, both armed with bows and spears and very tattered clothing. The tiefling who you're speaking to turns towards you. Kamala, the head of our community, will help. Grab him. Follow me.
I just immediately run to him and grab him.
Yeah, I'll just run with him, tell Atlas and Janae to help carry, and that we may have found help for Sykes.
I hoist him onto my back.
Who are these people?
I have no clue, but they said they could help, so for now that seemed enough.
I mean, it's better than nothing, that's for sure.
I just hoist him onto my back and I start whispering to him, hold on, for Madrid, for Clyde, for Dale. Hold on.
But
This
be
group-
careful, it might be a trap.
This group leads you very swiftly through the woods, through the jungle, and it's not long. You're actually finding you're having to sort of almost run to keep up with these people. They seemingly are heading very quickly, and not quite running, but some of you are definitely having to run to keep up with them. It appears that they are very familiar with these forests, these woodlands, and the creatures that surround them. And while you do see more of these skulls on posts dotted around around the forests around you, they seem to lead you unerringly in a way that avoids whatever traps there may or may not have been within these forests. Eventually, you come to a clearing where you're almost having to hold back your eye, shade your eyes from the sudden wash of sunlight that hits you as you run out into this clearing, where you can see rubbled stone buildings, tents, shacks built from what looks like bits of spar, tree, rotten wood timber. You can see shacks with these really white cloth awnings over them, and buildings that are sort of partial rubble, partially wood and stone and wood and branch. And all of them, it's almost like this village is just this conglomeration of broken pieces of wood and masts, and you can see sailing equipment here all around. You see broken pieces of mast, bits of spar, rope, sailcloth, which you can begin to see now is just this prevalent thing here. But dominating the center of this clearing is this stepped stone pyramid of 3 levels, with these very large steps from the sides. We can see heading up both sides of this temple. And this stone has this beautiful, if not very weathered, sandstone appearance. And at the very, very top, you can see just what looks to be this almost little small stone structure right at the very, very top of the clearing. As you run after this party into the clearing, you are greeted with the sight of many tieflings. Lots and lots of tieflings here. Hundreds of tieflings. All generally sporting this sort of very deep red mahogany type skin color. But even as you sort of as you dash after this party, you can see green, red. Even at one point, you swear you spotted a yellow-skinned tiefling. But also among these tieflings, you see humans, elves, halflings, dwarves. Not in the same prevalence as the tieflings that are here, but you do see them. It's almost like this community just exists out of this world of what's the world around them. The leader of this search party, or this hunting party, leads you swiftly in the direction of the temple, but before getting to the temple, he cuts off to the right, leading you to what could only be described as the most intact building here. It itself is also in rubble, but it is the most intact building in this spot. And runs up to the door, bashes on the door very firmly. Kamala! Kamala! I have other survivors, and they might have fought our defenders. Kamala! And you hear from his, yes, I'm coming. The door opens, and out steps this beautiful, deep olive green tiefling with horns that extend backwards, almost crown-like, behind her, up to the top of her head. As she steps out, you can see that she's holding this staff, this very gnarled wooden staff. Please, all of you, roll me a perception check.
That's
She steps out.
I know.
Except Sykes, because Sykes be currently dead right now.
Yeah, he can't really see much.
I see everything and nothing.
Damn it! It rolled on a fucking 18 down switch to it too.
So
I'm
I
pissed.
see 17.
Yeah,
God,
mine
okay.
was a good roll, and then
Nice
it rolled to a
one,
1, yeah.
Janine, Atlas, you're the only two that see this. On this staff appears to be this carving of a symbol. Let me just get the symbol up so I can actually see it, describe it to you properly. The symbol is this circle, with a line that bisects it from top right to bottom left, and then as you're looking at it, on the right hand side of the symbol, it appears to be almost like this arrow that points off to the right. Please can both of you roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Whoa.
I saw
Oh
the
my
one.
god!
I saw
He
the
saw the
one.
one
Fingered
too.
over the one.
I saw the one and it rolled over. As you both see this, there's this sudden feeling of revulsion as you see this symbol. This is not a nice symbol. This is a horrible symbol. But it passes swiftly. And Kamala steps out of this home that she's taken up. Steps forward. Yes, who is the one that needs? And she spots you, Shania, with Sykes over your shoulder. Ah, another tiefling. Come here. And she beckons you forward.
I'm still grossed out by the staff, but I take a careful step forward.
I'll just
What
let
are
you
you
guys at
doing?
home see what the character just...
Nope.
Alright, that's just the character. Kamala. You step forward and you lay... do you lay Sykes on the ground or not?
I hold him in my arms.
You hold him around, okay.
I'm not letting go.
Okay, fine. She looks at you. She reads your She reads your pain and your anger and fear, I'm going to say, in your body. Okay, fine. She reaches out her hand, puts her hand on Sykes' forehead, closes her eyes and begins to mutter under her breath. I am going to be taking a leaf out of Matt Mercer's book here with regards to the spell Resurrection and the spells such as that.
Oh no.
Which means that in this spell she is casting right now, what are you going to do in order to guide Sykes' soul back to his body?
I'm going to continue whispering the name of his wife and his children and beckoning him to come back.
Okay. Please roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. 13.
Right. Thank you.
I'm kind of battling with my own beliefs because death is a part of nature and resurrecting someone is kind of against that. But I so desperately want to make an exception that, it's like Sykes is someone that deserves the exception. So he's also, I don't know, just kind of trying to commune with nature to make that exception too. Like just being like, I know it's unnatural, but please just let this happen.
I'll let you decide. Either roll me a nature check or a religion check.
I'll do nature. They're both not great, sadly, but
Nat 20!
but the dice know when to roll high.
The dice know when to roll high. Does anybody else want to do anything?
I guess I'll
I just look very distrustfully to this whole process.
go ahead, Safari. You first.
I will see if I can help his spirit by asking his soul that, none of the other members of this group I'm able to catapult over a city wall in order to infiltrate a locked down castle. So, yeah. We need you back, buddy.
That's such a Tafari answer. I love it.
That is the most Safari answer.
I've been
one could
brooding on
ask.
this one for a bit.
That is genuinely the most Tifari thing that you could have ever said.
Because it's so far in the
It's
past.
so
Is it
appropriate.
history?
Oh man.
Alright, I guess so.
Either I'll let you roll either a persuasion or a history. Persuasion or history, whichever you choose.
Oh, definitely history. Oh. That just tipped off the one.
Yeah, it did. The three
See,
of
if Neil
you-
can rely on anything, it's luck.
So Atlas, you're the one that is very distrustful and is sort of standing back, just watching this whole process. And those Tefari Falushana, you speak to Sykes, reminding him of those times, reminding him of everything that he's gone through. Kamala's hand still on Sykes' head. And Shania, you're the one who's near, and so you can hear her muttering under her breath. What language do you speak?
Common and infernal, baby.
You do not know what she's saying. You do hear one word that is being repeated constantly. I just need to find the word here. Where is it? There we go. Here we go. Krina. Kreen apostrophe HR. HA. Krina. That word appears to be often in her chanting. Eventually her chant comes to an end. She draws her hand away, and there is this moment of stillness and silence. For a very, very large intake of breath from Sykes happens as he finds himself fireman carried across the shoulders of Shania. Not where he once thought he was.
More like a baby.
Okay,
Just
more
sort
like
Yeah.
a baby. But yeah, you are held in
bridal
held in
carrying
nice
him.
hands, looking around. Your friends and companions are around you, looking down on you. Shania's face is I'm guessing Shania's face at this present moment is very tear streaked.
It's wet.
It's wet. Yeah. It's very, very tear streaked face of Shania looking down at you.
Oh, my face is wet.
Hey, we won.
Yeah, buddy. We did.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah,
Sort of.
they are now.
Okay, that's good. Oh, I feel like shit. What happened?
You are going to feel like shit for a long time. And you look up and you see, this tall, olive green skinned tiefling with horns that extend upwards above her head, or almost like a crown. So you are going to be hurting for a while. By the grace of Krina, you have been brought back. Welcome.
Rena.
Welcome.
Never heard that god.
And she steps back and looks at you all. Welcome to the community of Kreen. This is possibly the most dramatic introduction to this community I've ever had to make.
Guess I've got Kreen to thank. Can't say I've ever heard of this one, but I just looked to the ceiling. Thanks a lot.
You're
kinda
currently
wink at the
outside.
ceiling.
You're currently outside.
Oh,
Oh, looks
I
to the
think
sky.
there's a ceiling there. There's
Sorry,
there's
my
a hue of where my eyes still where I see things, and there's a ceiling there.
Okay.
So
I shout like happily and pick him up and then start to squeeze.
Easy.
I was a bear, now I'm giving him a bear hug.
I died again.
There.
Spare the guy.
Illyria immediately went feral. Don't hug him too much, man.
Oh, sorry.
It's
sorry.
okay. I've been hugged by worse.
Well, you've been hugged by me. This is...
Yeah, it's always a feral hug is always welcome. I kind of just my arms are trapped as he's hugging me, like full bear hug where my arms are trapped. So I just kind of rub my head against his. The best way I could like show some affection to him too.
Yeah, I let go though, realizing that I might crack a rib or something. So
And then I just crumple to the ground again. So my legs are all weak, so I just fall to the ground.
yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Is Atlas still staring?
Atlas is just glary. He doesn't like any of this.
1 second, I'm getting interrupted here.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways. Kamala does look down at you, Sykes. Yes, you are going to feel quite. I believe it's described as beaten and bloody for a while.
Amazing, Demi. Give me 5
Yeah.
seconds.
No, it's right. I'm talking with Sykes here now. So you're going to feel a bit rough for a while. Try and take it
Yeah.
easy. Effectively, what you are now is you are exhausted. But we're not using the D&D 5e rules for exhaustion in this regard. We're going to be using the 1 D&D rules for this, specifically in this moment, where it is for now a minus. This is the first time this has happened to you, so this is going to be a -2 to all dice rolls.
Okay.
This is in this particular situation.
Yeah, I'll put in my notes. Okay. Exhausted level 1, you said?
Level 2. So -2 to dice rolls.
Okay. Got it. That's what we spell it, but whatever.
Kamala looks at the 6 of you. Well, that's it's been a while since I've had to do a spell like that before. Welcome to Kreen. Jamal,
Why are you
please-
helping us?
Yeah, I saw a person in need.
Why are there so many of you? I didn't think that there was any tieflings left on here, or oh, maybe he would know the name tiefling, but you.
Oh, you would know.
Oh,
the name
yeah, I
Tiefling.
guess you would, yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a given. You would.
yeah.
We are the outcasts. We are the ones who fled the destruction of the College of Mages here in the Empire, as it's now called, I understand, and have found shelter here under the protection of Krina.
I guess our group is. Most of us are well familiar with that feeling, too.
I definitely am.
Never heard of this. Krina. Who is this?
He is our benevolent guide. One that has given us everything that we need in order to survive in this area. Given us protection. Given us a place to remain hidden from the Inquisitors of the Church of Altior. And so you see her lip curl as she mentions Altior.
Is this a person or a god?
Oh, they are a god.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, she really needs to compete with Tafari. Illyria kind of sits there. It's been some years since, she got napped by some mind flares, so she has a bit of a blank in the history of what actually happened. So she kind of sat there for a moment, confused, like, what happened? Because I think she remembers there was a lot more tieflings around before shit went down, too. So she's kind of like, she kind of sat there and went, what? Huh?
I do not know if you have been here in the last 50 years or so, but there was a civil war here in the Empire that's led in one way or another to destruction of the college here. Now, the Union of Altior, the church that governs the world, now in charge here in the Empire. Mages do no longer exist, and we tieflings, and here she glances towards you, Shania. I imagine, Shania, that you currently are now unhooded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close towards you. We tieflings are a persecuted race within the Empire, and some of us found ourselves here by accident. Some of us ran for our lives and were guided here by calming and helpful voice, telling us that we would find solitude here, and many of us have.
So why are you so trusting of some random people in the forest?
I see a tiefling among you. I do not think a tiefling would work with the Union, and I see no priests among you, or none of the Union at least. And here she is going to perform an insight check. Excuse me for a moment.
I thought she was going to make a perception check on Illyria for a moment. Damn.
And I believe she looks at you, Tefari,
No, of course.
and just sort of gives you a once over. A person of imports that does not look like they are what they are of the Union.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Me and the Union are not exactly on good terms. Or me and the College of Mages. Or me and, the majority of people.
You are definitely of the old type of noble.
Yes. I was born about 100 years ago, so.
Wait, before we convene, I have. She has to think for a moment and says, I have memory problems within what you said, what Tefari said. A civil war? I knew things were bad over where I was at, but a civil war?
A very uncivil civil war, I might add.
Well, from what information that I have been able to gather and learn over the years of living here and living with all these other people who have become outcasts of the Empire, there was a civil war of belief, for want of a better word of putting it. And I believe it was either Maharashtra that caused it, or it was Bunabral that caused it to start off with, but there were some proclamations that were being dispersed by the people of Bunabral as to how things should proceed. And of course, in times like that, many people do not like that. Unfortunately, that led to the outbreak of the Civil War. It lasted for many years until the gnomes came and their sky-ships. That turned the war in the favour of the winners, which I believe was those of the Bunabral city, and now everything is under the sway of the Union of Altior.
She kind of looked around the area, just went shocked.
As such, the Union of Altior deemed all users of arcane magic and those of the mage-like people to be traitors and dissidents and rebels of the Union, and thus to be executed, and all persons and people involved with the college and their ilk to be executed or expelled from the land totally. Expulsion either meant being sent out into the desert, of which there would be no return, or to be delivered on to prison ships that sailed off to who knows where.
But that ain't right. I mean, she kind of went like this towards her and says, "You are people. How they do that to you and others? It's just not right." I was against the change, of course, but I didn't expect to have this. This ain't what Raw was.
It is what it is now. You can see as she's talking about this history that has happened in the past 50 years here. Excuse me, 50 to 70 years here. You can see that there is a tremendous amount of sadness in her expression. She is very open. She's very an open book in this regard. And there also appears to be a lot of self-knowledge, as in, this is somebody who has lived through it and has seen the worst.
Now you see why I want to lead this revolution, Illyria.
I know my family was against the change as well, but this is not just. This is just slander. Especially
Mass murder is what it is.
especially with one of you folks. I consider you as people. Sure, I had run-ins with particular personalities, but you are people. That's how I view others of different races. This is just sickening.
Well, one thing that I've learned is if I take anything from me not being from my clan, is the world is a lot more complicated than I ever thought it was. And I'm comfortable not understanding it.
Just what happened in those 50 years. I'm sorry, we're getting sidetracked here.
That's okay. I see that you possibly have a lot to process. And one of you has a long time to heal, she says, looking towards you, Sykes. If I may, you are most welcome to stay here as long as you want. If you feel free to leave, all I ask is that you do not reveal this location to any of the Union, please. Otherwise, everything here, everything that we have built to keep ourselves alive, well, you obviously imagine what would happen.
Kind of in a half. I was gonna say, kind of in a half stupor. I kind of like do say that I like we were protecting some people. That the crash, it was more than just us.
There's more.
Yeah, other survivors. And we were actually looking for one that wandered off or was taken.
Yeah, by these weird jellyfish type things.
No.
No, the end above. As I extend the V.
I think you all need some rest. Jamal, and she turns to the very deep mahogany skinned tiefling that was guiding your party towards this community. Can you please find them somewhere to stay? It looks like they all need some rest.
They all look like they're crazy.
Also,
I'd prefer to go.
What was that, Atlas? Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to go.
You are most
set
welcome
up
to.
a camp.
I'm not.
Can't go alone.
Yeah, leave if you want. I have questions.
I need sleep, but I also need. I don't know. I need sleep.
You are most big man. You are most welcome to leave. If you do leave, do watch out for the creatures of this forest. If you leave this clearing, leave this place, I cannot protect you, and nor can the wisdom of Krina protect you.
Well, I guess I'm not gonna survive by myself, so guess I have no choice.
You always have a choice. I'm just telling you that this is what you will face.
Well, death is not a choice, someone.
Jamal, if you please. Of course, Kamal. And Jamal says, I think I know of a place. Follow me. And he just gives you sort of beckoning motion to follow. And he turns his heel and leads you away from the temple. And a little bit further. Yeah.
Before she left, she turns back to what's her face? Kamala, right? Kamala. She turns back and says, "After we rest, can I converse with you for the past 50 years, if you will?"
Of course. I believe Jamal might have shown you where I am. If you ever get lost, just head towards the temple and skirt around it, and you'll find my home.
All right, thank you.
Jamala leads you. Sorry, Jamal leads you to. It looks like it once was a storage house, except there is no upper floor anymore. The roof is gone completely, and essentially is just the walls, the outer extremity wall of this building. However, it does appear that somebody has at least set up this very, very large, long canopy over the top of it. And when you glance up at it, you can see that it's made of the same sailcloth that you guys have been seeing of the sky ship that you were once on. And it affords some protection. It certainly affords some protection from the heat of the sun. Jamala pulls back what appears to be this flap, this sort of flap of cloth that acts as a doorway to this place, this building. Opens it up as well. It's nothing particularly interesting, I'm afraid. Sorry. This was going to act as another storage area, but we never used it, so welcome, I guess.
Better than sleeping outside. Well, in a tent.
Thank you, Jamal.
And thanks for
Actually, no,
saving us.
Farrell
Thank
likes
you.
sleeping outside. What am I talking about?
I know, I was like, that's so sykes.
You're
Jamal?
welcome. Yes.
Is this made out of scraps, like trash?
It's made out of stuff that fell from the sky, and other stuff that we've scavenged over time. Me and the other hunters have. Sorry, I'll be with you in a moment, Alice. Me and the other hunters have always went out, and whenever we came across a collapsed ship or something that had fallen down from the sky, we pulled it and took it back here. Makes great material for building stuff.
Yeah, I agree with the big hunk of muscle. Does that happen often?
Hasn't happened recently. Did happen a lot in the past.
Thank you, Jamal.
All right,
Sky
I will
terror.
leave you all to
Before you
get
go,
settled. Yeah.
what killed Sykes? I say this softly out of Sykes' earshot.
Fair.
Sykes can barely hear anything right now.
Yeah, he's still out of it.
You're kind of out of it, aren't you? Honestly, I don't know. They're just some of the defenders of our community.
They're yours.
Well, they're our defenders at least. They keep the beasts and the beasts and creatures that want to kill us away. Helps.
Do they keep away the creatures that steal people in the night?
There's creatures that steal people in the night.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about there.
Inside check.
Go for it.
I believe in the high roll.
Okay, come on, you guys.
Same.
That's an 8.
Pretty hard to read.
Oh, Tafari, are you also doing it?
Well, insight check again? No.
If we can do multiple,
I
I'm
thought-
right there.
Those of you who want to and who are
Atlas was
paying
also
attention,
Yeah.
those who want to and who are paying attention to this conversation, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very close.
I can imagine
attention.
you would do, Farrell, because you've got stupidly higher passive perception.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll go for it as well.
I'm just
Really,
distrustful.
yeah.
Wouldn't matter.
I'm not. I won't.
Yeah, he, Farrell and Illyria, there's definitely an awkwardness to him. But you're not sure whether whether that's because he's now met new people and oh my god, there's a tiefling among you, or he's hiding something. You just don't know.
So that will lead me then to explain the situation a little bit better. Like, I'll just tell him that, like, I already forgot what it's called. Sykes, what was it called again? The thing that,
No.
did that- yeah.
Creatures? Dybbuk.
But those things attacked us at night, and we suspect that some missing survivors of the crash that have gone missing during the night were taken by those two.
I've got
Oh.
proof. Bucket of jelly.
No, that won't happen here. While you all are here, you are all under the protection of Krina, and so nothing like that will ever happen.
Do you know of any? Are we the first people you've seen come through here after that crash?
I did not know there was a crash that occurred right nearby, so yes, you are.
Oh, well, you said survivors, so I figured that you knew something
yes,
happened.
there are survivors, but not survivors of a recent crash. I did not know that there was a
Oh.
crash that happened recently.
Yeah.
You mean of the Civil War?
Yes, the Civil War and the Purge, as we have come to know it, that happened afterwards.
Thank you, brother.
I will leave you all to get settled. And he sort of backs away from you all. He heads back into the community. And I think that is a good point to take a break, because
Yeah.
it is 10 to 8 over here in the Netherlands, and here in the Netherlands today is a very, very important day for the Dutch people. It is what's called Dodenherdenkings. And that's where they remember at 8 o'clock for 2 minutes silence to remember all those who have fallen in World War II and all other wars around the world, and for which particularly the Dutch people are involved in. So we will now be taking a break for 15 minutes until 8:05 to allow my Dutch compatriots who are here on stream to be able to remember those people at 8 o'clock. So we'll be doing that. So please don't go
Much
away. We'll be back at
appreciated.
8. Also, for you guys, this is midstream. Congratulations, you've leveled up.
Yay! Now I can turn into a bear without cheating.
Nice.
You all have leveled up. So have a think
Oh,
about.
I can finally have another multi-class. Yeah.
Another one.
So
no.
have a think about what you want to do,
subclass.
and we'll get back to that after the break. So see you guys all very, very shortly. Hello, welcome back. Apologies that took a little bit longer to get sorted. We were just sorting out some leveling up stuff in the background while trying to do all that, and also having to sort out some tech issues because cameras and stuff. That's the thing, that kind of happens sometimes. But yes,
That's
welcome
tradition.
back to our Scarlet Guard session where Sykes had died to these hideous things, these jellyfish-like things that sucked every semblance of life out of him, and was brought back by a tiefling named Kamala, who seems to be at least the leader of a tiefling society hidden within the forest, the Adar Forest, here on the Empire Bonobral. Our 6 heroes have been given a place to stay, a place to settle down and, figure out what the fuck just happened, and the rather large information dump that happened that also occurred to them at the time as well. So, Scarlet Guard, you are left to your own devices within this little hovel of a home. A chance to recuperate, a chance to try and figure out and process what on earth just happened. What are you doing?
Immediately
Laying
checking
down.
out all of the windows, trying to listen, trying to check if
Mhm.
there's anyone spying on us.
Roll a perception check. Farrell, do you want to do the same?
No. I wanted
Okay.
to sit and or stand near wherever Janai is staying because I want something to ask her.
Sykes would probably end up lying down on wherever
Yeah.
he can lay down.
You need not
Atlas,
death rest.
You look around, and apart from the sounds of a quite lively, bustling village community around you, does not appear to be as though you are being followed or watched.
Are there any windows?
There are some. No, there are no windows here. It is a box. It is quite light because of the sailcloth above your heads is lets a lot of light from the sun above you, but there are no windows.
Alright, do you want to do your thing, Pharaoh, or...
Sure. Yeah, because it's a very simple conversation. But I just turned to Janai. Actually, what are you doing currently right now, actually? While I'm sitting or standing next to you.
I'm keeping an eye on Sykes,
Okay.
and I'm keeping a side eye on Atlas.
Oh. And oh.
Well, you see Atlas is wandering around the very small space that you've got here, intently looking around, keeping an
My
eye.
ear on the walls and yep.
Just pacing.
Yeah.
Your mirror on the walls.
And in
Nice.
the meantime, also looking very distrustfully at Sykes.
I'm also cleaning my weapons, probably.
Okay. But yeah, I blacked out after what happened to Sykes. Did I do something?
Okay.
I don't know.
You were a
Did
bear.
He's always a bear.
No, but
He's our bear.
Bear.
What?
Oh.
Trying to do a
Sorry,
bear?
did you ask the question to me, or is everyone just
I
chiming
was
in on
asking you, but if anyone else
Oh, sorry.
overheard
I
it.
forgot. Sykes is speaking too much.
I like how you just sort of leaning in for a private conversation out of a corner. Immediately,
Sorry,
three guys come like, "You are
I
a bear,"
figured
you
it
know.
was very-
Sorry. I don't know.
I mean,
Sorry.
the room, the space that you're in is not particularly large, and so if you wanted to actually genuinely have a private conversation, you would probably have to step out away from everybody. So
Yeah, and also
pretty much
Sykes
everyone
does
can hear
not
the
have
conversation.
or Farrell does not have a quiet voice by any means.
No, there's no way.
Even when his whisper is kind of
Oh
loud.
yeah, what is the last thing you remember?
Healing Sykes or trying to, it not working, and realizing what that means.
Right, and then you got on all fours and turned into a bear.
I did.
You totally did, though. Yeah.
I didn't know I could do that. A lot of my other clanmates could, but they said that I just lacked the motivation to do so myself.
You found motivation.
I might have to experiment with this now. See what I can do with that.
What do you mean? Do you mean you can turn into things that are more than just a bear?
My
Not to say
clanmates
that-
could turn into anything that they've seen.
What?
It takes some skill to do, like, swimming creatures or flying creatures. I probably wouldn't be able to do something like that. But one of mine could turn into a griffin.
That is so cool.
He was our clan leader, our elder, that could do that.
That's amazing. Well, you can do it now. And, well, I hope that it doesn't always have to go so, you know. It was pretty intense, huh?
I remember hearing your voice, and that's when I started to kind of come to. And then I saw a spear on my face, and that really snapped me out of it. But
Yes. Yeah, you were a bear, and well, Sykes was dead, and I got a little carried away.
Well, I'm happy
It's-
that I didn't. You know, some people when they are in their form for too long can start to go a little crazy.
Oh well,
So
don't do
I'm
that.
glad that that didn't happen.
No. It's crazy too that like he was dead and now he's better. Like he just got up from being, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, it's against my beliefs to bring someone back. Like it's
But you-
against the natural order, but
You helped.
it's I feel like with Sykes an exception should be made.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think what we fought back there was completely right with the natural order either.
That is true.
I think there's some special sort of rules. Like if there were like a book, then there would be like a little star and then a footnote that said, well, not in this scenario.
Yeah. I haven't really read that many books, but I think I understand what you're saying.
No, well, yeah, well, that's how they do it, I think. I read a couple of books mostly when I was much younger, and I still had the patience for it. But yeah, there are rules that have exceptions, and I think saving Sykes, pretty good exception to make, no?
Yeah. Also, with all these people around here, I never really thought about this, but where are you from?
Oh, you're asking now? Okay, yeah, sure. I haven't been through enough today, I guess. No, it's fine. Well, I call myself Janai of Elderfen because that is where I'm from. It is a small town, very tiny, and it's lovely there. We've got a large lake and a small lake, and in the summer you can swim in the lake, and I used to do that. It was beautiful. But my life was not beautiful, and some bad things happened that well, enough of that today. Suffice it to say, I needed to go, and you know how I don't like mages. Well, there was a mage there that I did not get along with. My parents stayed. I hope they're okay. The village, I hope the village is okay too. I just can't really go back without facing some things I never wanted to face. Without accepting that someone I love is gone. And I'm not ready.
Well, with Tefari and Illyria returning home, maybe sometime we can return home with you too.
Can we take a small walk?
Yeah. I kind of need air.
Yeah. Well, there's some coming through the top right there, but we can
More
go outside.
air.
Oh.
Yeah. And I take one last look at Sykes and we leave the hut.
Farrell and Shania, you take one look at Sykes. Just roll me a perception check, please.
Yeah, see if he's still breathing.
He's more transparent.
No.
Good perception, right?
Perception.
My life force is
Dirty-
tied to those two
dirty 20
now.
for Farrell.
If they leave, I
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Well, and a 14 for good old me.
Okay, that's actually pretty decent in this regard. You noticed it way back months ago, that one morning where Sykes woke up and he seemed a little bit opaque. Oh, as though sort of like the edges of his form were just letting light through when it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Where Sykes is lying right now could just be the angle of the light or the shadow or something, but he seems to almost fade a little bit to the shadow. I mean, Sykes could be stealthy when he wants to be. This seems a bit more natural.
I poke him in the belly.
Why?
Yeah.
Your pokes
it's
are a little
nothing.
harder than you think. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I know you're just checking on me. Oh. We got right in the belly button.
Oh, that's awful. You guys.
No, his finger's bigger than your belly button.
Still hurts.
No. No, just kidding.
You guys step outside.
Yep.
Hey, is it me or is Sykes looking a little weird?
Well, he did get attacked by like a weird undead thing twice now.
Yeah.
One I didn't see happen, but I heard it wasn't good.
Let's keep an eye on him for a little while longer. I don't know this person that they like so much here. I don't know this. Look at my notes. Green her.
Yeah, Karina. I don't know names of many. Like, I was trained in our religion, but I don't know anything about any others.
Shania,
Ours was not even a deity.
roll me a religion check.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I believe in them rolls. That's
Come on. 60.
Doesn't ring any bells.
Nope.
Yeah,
So-
we never talked of any deities or people. It was just more just the natural order of things.
Yeah. Well, let's pay attention.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted to talk to you about, by the way. You asked me about my village and I told you why I left, but I didn't tell you everything. And I'm not ready to tell everybody else. They'll just make a big fuss and they'll say stupid things, and I don't want them to worry about it because I have this person that I've been looking for. Many of us were looking for family, and I have a brother. When I saw another tiefling for a second there, I hoped that, but no, Philippe. His name is Philippe. And he is white as snow. As snow on the mountains. And he's gone. 10 years before I left Erderfen, he disappeared. And my parents, they did not speak of him. My master, he did not speak of him. He just disappeared. And they pretended like it was not important. Like he never lived. I'm sure he's No, I'm not sure of anything. He might be dead. He might be out there. This is probably not the place to find him, but I asked Ventuli and she said I should follow where you guys lead. So that's what I do, even though... Anyway, that is why I cannot go back. I'm not going back there without him.
Well, like I said, someday we'll go back together, because we will find him. Hope is not stupid. Hope is sometimes all you can have.
Thank you.
While this conversation is going on, Tefari, Atlas, and Illyria, what are the three of you doing?
Tafari, what you're doing?
Probably just hanging out a bit and chilling, to be honest.
Atlas is just staring at Sykes and looking to see if he's breathing, and walks up and puts his finger in his mouth.
I grab his hand.
Put it
I'm
under
like,
his...
I'm not dead. Oh, you're okay. I guess
Yeah,
I'll let him do what he's
he's putting
doing.
it
Yeah. No, you're good. I'll let him
Yeah.
do what he's doing. Might as well still
Roll
probably
a
be-
medicine check, Atlas. Just for me.
Yep. Sure. Atlas
Uh,
will be
There's so much going on.
have an opinion on
Okay.
medicine.
Yeah.
You're not the most intelligent person when it comes to medicine. You're not the most intelligent person when it comes to
Period.
At all.
either a person's alive or not, and you know they're alive by their breathing or they're not breathing. You can feel some breath. He's alive.
Okay. If you're
Did he
awake,
do
he'll
a
be
perception
like-
check to notice the
Sykes.
Yep.
Sykes will get. I'm gonna say no, Sykes, because you
Okay.
are very, very tired, and I'm guessing that you are going to be spending more time trying to recuperate than actively look around.
Okay.
those were
But tell me,
meaning,
what's your passive perception?
yeah, would Atlas get
16.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well,
Did it go up with the level up actually?
Well, you haven't leveled up just yet, so
Oh, right. So yeah, technically it didn't go up at all though. So 16 still.
16. You'd notice that there is a presence beside you, and they have put their hand somewhere near your mouth.
Does it feel like a very, very big presence? Oh,
Yes, it
sorry.
does.
Oh, that was passive. I was gonna say passive perception. If it was
Passive.
-2, 14, but
14?
I don't know if the passive- yeah.
Atlas is a big guy.
okay.
and he's not being subtle whatsoever.
Atlas is a big guy, and he's not being subtle. So yeah, you're sort of like, oh god, this is hurting. You'd notice the sudden, almost extra shade that gets cast over you.
Yeah, I
And
think
the, and the,
I wouldn't
and the
even open
movement and
my
the
eyes. I just
creaking
think
of
it would be
leather and cloth and stuff like that.
Atlas. If you want to talk about something, I'm here now.
How are you feeling?
Just worn out. Like, I mean, like I ran a 5-mile run and a sprint.
Am I noticing the weirdness about it?
yeah, like the translucentness.
With the medicine check, sure. I'll allow that with the medicine check. There is there is a weird translucentness. It's not as though he's see-through, but it's a little bit like it's a little bit like the skin has gotten thinner, and you can see more of the veins and arteries and the arteries of the arms, and there's almost like this almost melting into shadow kind of effect that he has, even though he's very much present in there.
I'll just say to Sykes, well, you need some rest. If you need any food or water, let us know. But you should probably go back to sleep. He's staring very, very intensely, by the way. He is not liking this one bit. But then afterwards, I directly head over towards Tafari and Selma and take them to the side.
Like I said,
Illyria,
Atlas,
sorry.
if
Yes.
there's anything you want to talk about, just let me know.
Atlas is already gone. You see him hesitate for a moment, but then he just walks on. Goes to Tafari and Illyria, takes them to the side. They're, well, I mean, obviously, we've just witnessed some weird kind of necromancy, and Sykes is looking a bit weird. Can either of you, well, I have no clue about these kinds of things. Can either of you try to find out a bit what the fuck we're dealing with here?
I could try, but I have no clue what this magic is or even what it does. This is something I'm wholly unfamiliar with.
Same here. Same with Tafari. I have no idea.
At the risk of sounding like a senior citizen, didn't have this stuff when I was young.
You can both roll me an Arcana check for me.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, pfft.
11.
22 and 11. 11? Not a clue. Sorry, Tafari, you really haven't got a clue what this was. Illyria? This... Only because you rolled so high in your particular case, this is very much a divine form of magic, geared towards calling a soul back from the beyond. I can't find the spell at the present moment. The name of the spell. Either way, this is divine magic, and this divine magic designed to call a soul back to the body that it was meant to be, that it once inhabited. This is not necromancy in the same way as raising a dead body from the ground, or raising a skeleton, for example. This is soul retrieval, as it were. And only because you rolled a freaking 22.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting a low roll, but all right. Fantasy Grounds is being merciful a little bit. Anyway, Lyria kind of took a second go. From the looks of it, it is divine magic. Calling forth soul from the beyond to return to the mortal realm. I am not exactly proficient in this type of magic, but if you want more info, ask the one that did it.
Well,
not much I could say.
Also, I have a quick question because I kind of forgot. Who was all here, or who was involved in the encounter where Sykes was attacked by the Wraith?
That encounter.
Yeah.
That was Tafari, Sykes, and Illyria.
Okay. Yeah, because I know I missed that one, but I didn't know who else was.
Fowler and Shania, you were both not there. So what happened in that encounter? Nope, you have no idea.
And yet we're the only ones that noticed.
And then two others that
Atlas
aren't a part of our group. But
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
well, he's. I have no clue about these things, but if you say that that it was about retrieving a soul, he kind of doesn't look like he's all there.
I don't know the effects on this. This is my first time seeing it. From what memories I have from my own past, this is my very first time seeing this, and honestly, it looks scary. But like I said, if you want more info, talk to the one that did it. They have more, and she has more info on that spell than me and Tafari will probably give you.
Well, I'm a bit hesitant to go see them. I mean, they're here. They have all this kind of stuff from ships that fell from the sky, and they have these weird jellyfish monsters to protect them. I don't know what she was carrying, but I don't know if you saw that, but her staff had just made my stomach turn upside down. And when I looked at it, it had this symbol of the circle with a stripe through it and an arrow. Does that tell you anything? Both of you seem to have some kind of history with, or at least some kind of shared history with these people.
Roll a religion check for me, Tafari and Illyria, as Atlas begins to describe this symbol to you.
Religion, you said, right?
Yes, religion.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hey.
What is going on?
Wow.
Nice.
Damn.
When
Illyria,
Illyria's
Cheers
memories
to
came
remember.
back,
With
they
that,
really came
yeah,
back.
that's pretty good.
Ed is just slaying your rolls in combat, and you're doing it for all the lore.
Tafari, this symbol doesn't mean anything to you. It means nothing. Illyria, this is the symbol of a very, very, very powerful being. You're not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. You just know that this symbol represented long ago an extremely powerful being that inhabited part of the empire. But when I say long ago, I mean centuries, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But that's about it. That's all you really know. You roll a freaking 22.
Well, I could certainly say this. I don't exactly know the origins of what you have described, but if I get my memories a little bit more straight out, I could give you a clear answer, but it belonged to a very powerful being.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about centuries ago, before probably I was born or long.
Mm-hmm.
Only person that would probably know it, I have no clue. I wish my mother was here. She's more adept into religion type of stuff.
No worries, you're helping. Do you know if it's evil?
I do not know. That is something you have to find out from the same one that did the spell.
Yeah.
I only worship Nyan, goddess of justice. I know more about her than whatever you have described.
Well, that seems like it might be relevant. Seems like a good one to follow.
Yes, unfortunately, as much as we do have disagreements, Tafari, for a short time I have learned about the Civil War. It is becoming a lot more unjust towards people of certain, what's the right word? Races, minorities? And that's not okay. I actually want to talk to you about, because you were there and you started this whole rebellion. I want more information from you.
Sure. Ask away.
I am not particularly fond of politics, even though I'm a noble guard myself. But what was going on behind the scenes? Because I do know stuff happened behind the scenes, and I was against it. I want the full image.
Well, pretty much, at least for Maharashtra speaking, that is, there used to be a free, it used to be a free communal city-state. And now they've put in place of that a system which is caste-based. Basically, it means that it's the idea of trickling down, and the highest castes are just the priests, and they're just the ones who are in control. And the lower you are on the ladder, the shittier your situation is.
That
Pretty much. That's the short answer of it.
Illyria just pulls down her hood and just shakes her head. It's like, that is not what Bunral represents. It's just, it's not okay.
It's also not what Maharashtra represents for me, but yeah, and that's why I'm trying to kickstart this uprising. Because my family was one of the families that did not support the priests in their grab for power. And that is also the reason why they were executed.
I do remember that my family was also against it, but stayed on a neutral ground. But secretly they were helping in some sense. I don't remember the full extent, but if I could find my family, I think they could help. I am not sure where they are. They could be dead, they could be not. I do not know. That's why I'm trying to find answers on Dial Chatter to hopefully seek my closure and have some clues on where my family is.
Well, from what I've seen in so far, if they were like the priests did not believe there was a middle ground. You were either with them or against them, and anyone who was against them, they most likely murdered. Sorry to say.
And that's my. I really hope they're out there.
Yeah, I hope the same for you.
I wish I could remember their names, but I do remember their faces.
Well, that is at least something. We are nothing if we do not remember the faces.
And that's the saddening part of it. I just wish I could remember all my life, but she kind of clenched her fist real tight. It's like, but those fuckers in that floating fucking city just took my memories away. It just took my life.
They took many lives, and they did horrible things to me. I mean, they pretty much used me as a test subject to see if they could get more power.
No, I'm not talking about Boona Brawl. I'm talking about.
It wasn't just Boona Brawl. It happened. No, sorry. Go on. I'm mixing things up in my brain.
I'm feeling a lot of anger that I'm keeping behind. I'm just holding it together. I'm just holding it. I'm on a thread. I don't know what happens if I'm going to snap and find my family dead. And find my place gone.
The only thing I can recommend is unleashing your anger to the proper people.
And those people are in the fucking sky. How am I going to get to them?
Well, we'll find a way. Trust me, we'll find a way.
Harold and Shania, what are you two doing outside? Apologies, Sykes. I'm skipping
you're
over
good.
you a lot, Sky.
No.
Sykes, please. I'm just guessing you're in
My
recuperation
room,
mode.
so
Take it in now.
it's very hot
I'll
in my
be right
room,
back.
so it's
But Farrell
it's
and
just also
Shania.
very emotional. So it's yeah.
I'm just sort of gently hugging Farrell.
Yeah. And he's returning the hug, trying to be as gentle as possible because he gives strong hugs. But Janai is a strong person.
There's a guy can take it.
But yeah, but he doesn't say anything, just lets the moment be quiet.
You know, Farrell, because she doesn't know how to be quiet ever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you say really smart things that make people understand things better. That make everything seem okay again. And that's when you remind me of Philippe.
Yeah. I'm not smart about some things, but well, back at my clan, I was like a caretaker for, young. I would tell them stories and learn to calm them down, teach them lessons. But I feel like a lot of those lessons can be important to hear for anybody. And a lot of that stuff just comes out of here, you know?
Hmm.
And
They
things that
lost.
I've heard.
They lost a lot when they lost you.
Yeah. I do think about them frequently, but we do have others back
Could you-
there.
Could you ever return?
Oh, after we're done with this, I would love to. I would love for you guys to see them all too.
I would love to see a whole village with people like you.
Some of them would be untrustworthy or not trusting of you guys, especially you and Illyria, because you guys are not natural.
Yeah,
But-
I know.
But at the same time, if they trust me, so they'll trust you. I mean, they were trusting Sykes long before I was even born. So they do trust outsiders. It just takes a while.
Hmm.
Like how you have to build up a rapport with a wild animal. At first it's small steps, but eventually it can be a very loyal companion.
It's fun to hear a story in which I am not the wild animal.
Well, we're all wild.
That's either very silly or very deep. One of those.
I think that encapsulates him as a character perfect.
Hmm.
Silly and deep.
So, a whole village full of tieflings. It's so weird. I hope we can stay a little. I know Atlas wants to move on. I've seen the way he looks at everyone. I don't blame him. It's weird here.
I didn't realize that tieflings were so colorful. It's actually kind of
yeah.
beautiful.
We come in so many colors. Unlike what the player handbook would have you believe.
Yes, absolutely. That's how it is in my world.
Yeah.
And yes, you look out and you look around, and it's like you're looking at the colours of the rainbow. Blues, greens, reds, the odd purple,
That's
even
why we're so
yellow.
gay.
And you can see many tieflings, many different styles of horn, many different styles of tail as well. And they're all uncovered. 3 people by the looks of it. You even see children running around, having fun, enjoying the sun. So you do now notice that the sun is beginning to creep down over the horizon. Light is beginning to fade. As the light fades, see lanterns just begin to get lit around the streets. A gentle nighttime hubbub begins to take over the village. You hear laughter, you hear song in some places far off. Gentle singing, smell of cooking. It's peaceful.
Did we get snow in the gloaming forest?
You did. Occasionally.
I'll say it's like they're all so different and special that it kind of reminds me of snow, where none of them look exactly the same. You're a part of a very special people.
Guessing you all eventually gather again at the home that's been temporarily provided to you. Try and get some rest. Do you set a watch or do you not?
Atlas won't sleep.
I like how everyone is so peaceful.
I am not
but
surprised by
Atlas
that
is,
at all.
just
I am
on
not
it.
surprised.
Illyria is going to go first watch as usual.
Okay.
As we walk into the tent, I go, I don't believe any of this can be bad. I mean, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Just the biggest look of suspicion towards you two now.
I honestly, I feel that Atlas should be directing that look of suspicion towards me as the GM.
Everyone. I mean,
that's fair.
2 people plotting a political revolution and talking about how they might not be able to keep their rage in check, so basically just flipping victim and perpetrator. There's
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Nothing weird happening here.
No.
Ghosts.
Sykes,
Yeah. Yes.
please roll me a stealth check.
What?
What's he up to?
What are you doing?
With a -2 because you are exhausted.
12.
Atlas, are you planning to stay out the whole night?
Yep.
Okay. Illyria, please roll me a
Yo.
perception check. And Atlas, please roll me a constitution check as well as a perception check as you
Oh, the
You will start
It's like making it
Constitution
suck.
I was
check
like,
or
whoa.
saving throw.
yes.
contract.
Saving
What?
throw. Yes, saving throw.
Doesn't actually matter, but
You're trying to slit his throat in the night.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Fucking hell! You have +6 in your constitution saving throw.
yes, I
Jeez.
do.
Yeah, he's
Um,
strong and
man.
beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you suffer through it. You suffer through the first hour of night.
But I am tired.
Lyria and Atlas, you do not see anything.
Whoa.
Sykes, you head out into the night, fairly confident that nobody's seen you leave. You've not disturbed anybody as they head out. Somehow you managed to pick the one moment where both Atlas and Illyria were looking in completely opposite directions. You stop between their 2 gazes. Just roll me a quick survival check.
-2. 17.
17. Okay. You've never been here before, but even in your delirious "I'm still healing from the fact that I was just dead" moments, you do eventually find your way back to the home of Kamala, at the foot of the temple. And before you is the one-story building, which relatively well intact, although definitely looks like it has had repairs. The door before you is closed and unguarded. You go to try and pick it?
Yeah.
Sure, fine. Roll me
I have
dexterity check.
tools. I think I actually have the thieves' tools, don't I?
Yeah, so roll dexterity check with your proficiency modifier.
Oh, yeah. Okay. For some reason I thought it was sleight of hand, but okay. So +3.
You can also do sleight of hand.
Okay, I'll do sleight of hand then. This is an 18.
18. Right, I just need to go and find my character sheet again. Where is she? I literally just had her. Where is she?
Getting really
There
nervous right
she
now.
is. I'm just kind of like, did I just suddenly accidentally delete my entire character? No, I didn't. Okay. You go to pick the lock on the door, and it swings open. This door was
I
unlocked.
don't swing it open. Oh.
Oh,
The door
I
was
don't
unlocked.
swing it open. I'm gonna like try to like slowly open it and like slide in so that I don't try to make a bunch of noise.
Roll me stealth check as you proceed to do so.
.3.
That'll be yeah. You sneakily slide in through in the darkness. The darkness seemingly almost cloaking you naturally, and you allow yourself to be enveloped by it. You head in, and it's a very simple room. You can see in one corner what appears to be a straw bed, where Kamala is currently curled up sleeping. On against one wall, you can see the staff that she was holding, that you briefly saw. And on another, you see what appears to be a small table, with the remnants of a candle still burning in a candle holder, and on there a book.
I'm gonna go walk up and look at the book.
What languages do you speak?
I speak abilities. Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
You go over to the book, and as you glance through the pages, you don't understand a fucking word is here. It is in a script that you do not recognize, and looks a lot like gibberish.
Does it look like the note that I have written that I can't read that's an undercommon?
No.
Okay.
It does not look the same. But I do need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Like, just out of shit, back into shit.
That's a 20.
So that'll be 18.
Oh,
because
18,
minus
yeah,
2.
sorry.
But either way,
Mhm.
you look at this book, and your hands touch the page, and there is just almost, as you're flipping through it, there is almost like this slimy texture to it. There's this feeling of uncleanliness, feeling of something that really shouldn't exist, and you feel a sense of revulsion from it, but it passes quickly.
I put the book down. I'm gonna put the candle out, and if she makes any movement, I'm gonna just kind of hide in a corner.
Are you going to stay awake for the entire night? She makes no movement to you putting the candle out. You are pretty
You
stealthy.
know what?
right now.
Are any of the book pages in the book blank?
Yes, there are.
Is there
Well,
something to
last-
write with nearby?
There is a quill nearby. Yes.
I'm gonna take the quill in one of those blank pages. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna start writing in Sylvan. And I'm going to say, you didn't have to do that. And then I'm gonna close the quill in the book on that page.
The
And I'm
book
gonna
does
leave.
not close.
It doesn't close?
No. As you go to try and close the book, it does not close.
Oh.
And as you put the quill down, in Sylvan underneath is a response that says,
What?
Fucking book.
Okay.
There is a response. It was asked of me to do so. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Hey, yo, that's
Wow,
a hell
guys.
of a
Oh.
cliffhanger, bro.
Whoa!
I'm gonna have to watch back the
Goddamn,
fight
alright.
to catch
Oh,
that.
I
Oh,
needed
directly
this.
spoken to a god.
Fucking hell, guys. Jeez. What a session.
Indeed.
Wow.
Whoa.
Sucks I wasn't here for like 45 minutes, but hey, it was worth.
Oh, mate, wow, what a session. Jeez. That was...
Whoa.
Thank you so
I
much
need
for that.
therapy after this session.
That was,
I
that was
genuinely feel
insane.
like I'm going to have therapy tonight. I need therapy. Fucking hell.
This is what happens when you play D&D, my guy.
Sometimes this is
Yeah.
what happens, and sometimes you just need to let your players unpack, and fucking hell. Also, I take a leaf out of Michael Kessifer's book from Dad Aussie Gamer. Dead Aussie Gamer.
Dad
My
Aussie.
brain is
There's only
brain-
one dad, and he's called Jeff.
That's true. Yes, my oh god, my brain is just emotionally melted and heat melted and everything. Right, so he's got to bear with me. But I usually take a leaf out of Michael's book and do a round robin as memorable moments today. But well, I'm going to start
The
with
whole
me.
thing?
I'm going to just start with me. Just because there was genuinely one moment that I had to turn my microphone off and have to force myself to stop listening, because if I did, I would have been bawling my eyes out. And that was the moment between Shania and Farrell, where Shania was basically spilling her heart out to Farrell, and
Yeah.
because there's stuff I've got planned as well in the background, and I'm it's like, I need to stop listening, otherwise I'm going to start really tearing up here. So that was my moment. That was
really cool.
my moment. In a massive, really incredible session from you all. Tifari, memorable moments in particular, or is it just
Definitely
lots?
the bit with Janae and Farrell. That was really good. I like that. And in general, I just really enjoyed the whole session.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, a lot of fun. Nice to bond a little with Illyria instead of Illyria and me thinking I'm a homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got stuff in
was really
common.
nice.
Huh.
That was really nice, actually. I'm
Yeah.
actually very intrigued to see how that develops.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Now you just shifted that to Atlas, thinking you're both homicidal maniacs.
Yeah,
Believe it
Atlas
or
was
not,
asking, like, what the hell?
it's good. Even though it took a good bit for Illyria to warm up to Tefari, she's starting to get there. He's not, in her eyes, he's just a man that went through shit. So,
Yeah.
He
Farrell?
may be a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy.
Okay, Zunky.
Oh man.
yeah, what Janae said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to pick just one thing. Like, this whole campaign is like really been emotional in like a good way. Like, I feel like
Definitely.
everybody here in general just really knows how to play a character and like really get into it, and it's like it feels real, kind of. It's like it feels like a real, actual like relationship that our characters are having with each other, and it's great. It's not just like a game or a role-playing game. It's like, no, it actually feels like, yeah, it's cool. And also I'm kind of curious where the revolution stuff might be heading, because
Come on.
Absolutely.
the conversation that Farrell and Janai had also could lead Farrell into also being like, yeah, revolution, let's do it. You know?
Actually,
Yeah.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like,
And
protecting
the
these
poor newbie to the
Oh,
group
Atlas.
the group in terms of player and also character. God, poor Atlas. Jeez. Any memorable moment for you?
I think basically right there at the end. I think I'm gonna have to think up a reason for Atlas to turn tail and get the fuck out of this shit. What the fuck am I getting myself into?
That's actually fair. That's a genuine, very fair thing to be thinking right now, particularly as everything that's so far. That's no.
But favorite moments like this. It was just a string of very, very strong role plays. So I mean, there's a few moments like Farrell Barrel, sorry,
Yeah.
curling up
Yeah.
next to Sykes. That
Oh god, yeah.
Oh,
Fucking
I mean,
hell,
there's
my...
clips like that, but there's
Oh.
not, throughout.
Yes.
It was just great.
When you did that, God, that my heart. Jeez.
Tore our heart into pieces. Yes.
Yeah, God, it felt like my heart was breaking that moment. Sykes, memorable moments.
I have to say, my favorite one today was because Atlas was the first to try and figure out what was going on with me, which caused everyone kind of like to try and figure out what was going on with Sykes about the whole divine spell thing, you know? Like, that was when he started doing that, I was like, hell yes, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Atlas. I will say this, Ruben. You play Atlas really well, and he's quite astute.
Yeah.
He's quite an observant person.
I like to think of him as having boerenwijsheid, but I have no idea how to say that.
Like
in
the
English.
commoner's wisdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like farmer's wisdom, literally translated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
he
definitely the book. It's fucking like-
definitely plays that. It's He's an insightful individual.
Somehow.
He's
His
very
stat, don't look at the stat line. It would.
it wouldn't tell you that, but no, he's an insightful individual when he needs to be. Janai?
So last week when we were supposed to play and I couldn't make it, I sent Edward a little message saying, hey, just in case those creatures attack us again and I get a fear response, my character's biggest fear is the death of a relative or a close friend. So when this happened today, I was just like, oh, the juicy despair. We could just dive right in. So that was delicious. Thank you. I'm really glad it ended up all right. There were many favorite moments. I loved getting to side-eye Atlas for everything he does, even though his suspicions are completely founded and absolutely sane. Like, he's probably the most sort of clear-headed of all of us right now.
I mean,
And,
you've decided this one-sided rivalry since day one.
Yep. It's great. It's great because Tafari and I are close frenemies now, so I gotta pick on somebody else.
Yeah, you gotta have another rivalry somewhere else.
Yeah, but I have 8 wisdom, so sometimes I say things that are just a little too smart for me, and I'm really looking forward to just going, this town is awesome. I don't see what the problem is.
What could possibly be the issue here?
Yeah,
There's nothing
what
wrong
could
here.
be wrong?
Last but not least, Illyria, any memorable moments for you? Well, any particular memorable moment?
Yeah.
You're muted.
I was.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, there we
yep.
go.
I
There
hear
we
you,
go.
Zoma. There they are.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I wasn't there for the emotional temporary death of Sykes. I was really hoping for, not like secretly hoping that he stays perma-dead, and then he'll join player character.
The Player Death Club?
Yeah, Player Death Club. Yeah, I would have celebrated, but I'm still the only one. Damn it.
I was there
Sorry.
for half a second.
Anyway, emotional moments was between Farrell and Shanae. That was touching. Like what Ed said, yeah, I got real emotional right there. Needed to like tone out the emotional moment. Then came Illyria, where she's very fucking angry, but keeping it inside. And once she gets it down, Chad, that's gonna break the thread. It's going to break the thread.
I am
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
It is basically the darkest dungeon equivalent to a mental break.
Yeah, but it's
we'll
great to
see.
hear you vocalize it. Like you've said it to somebody now, and that
Yeah.
somebody is out of everyone Tefari, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Worst possible person
Yeah.
ever.
Yes,
And you
absolutely.
know that-
Worst
like,
possible
yeah,
person
that's
to do it.
awesome.
Let me confide in the homicidal maniac.
I never
Oh.
thought of like a conversation between you two, but it's like it was really cool.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like
it came out for Blue too. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna full throttle it, and here we are.
Happy you did.
Viva la Scarlet Revolution!
Yeah.
there was-
Scarlet Guard.
Unbeknownst to you guys watching at home, there was a few a few things going past in our personal chats with regards to what those revolutions should be called. And one that was indeed the Scarlet Revolution. So
Which
that may
made me
happen, that may
think
happen.
not just the characters are psychopaths.
we shall not paint the
Yeah,
town
apparently
red,
so.
we shall paint the town scarlet.
Wow, I need to get back into normal a bit. So just at the end here, thank you so much to you guys watching the channel. This your support watching the channel and watching what these guys do really does help us and does help the channel very much, and does help, keep this thing going, because, well, apart from the fact I would just do this with these guys anyway, it's also for you guys as well. So thank you for watching. Every episode of the Scarlet Guard is now on YouTube, youtube.com/@games_and_t. I'll just type that in chat here, and you can catch up on all the episodes there. I haven't got it set up just yet. Thanks. I haven't set up the command just yet, so I need to do that.
Oh,
But I will get it done eventually. There we go. That is the YouTube channel. You can find all the episodes for these guys. Because now everything is up there. This episode will go live on the YouTube channel on Tuesday of next week, so you can catch it up there. It will remain here on this Twitch channel for the next 60 days, I believe, but will eventually disappear. So if you want to catch up with it again in 2 months' time, for example, if you wanted to do that, you can find it there. We also normally do a raid here tonight, because that's what we do. We love spreading the love, spreading the fun, the funness, the hugs, and all those wonderful things that we do, and I know you guys are all capable of doing as well. So we're raiding Captain Robert tonight, and they are currently doing Dungeons & Dragons, and this is not a rerun. This seems to be a live show of a new campaign for them. So go
awesome.
say some hi, say hi and give some hugs and all that kind of wonderful stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
There will be, last but not least, there will be no live streams for the rest of this week, because I am previously booked for the rest of this week, unfortunately. So there'll be no more live streams. But next week we'll be back again, hopefully, provided I need to double check my diary. I'm basically managing this week to week by now. But next week there will also be, hopefully, more live streams of these chuckle fucks. No, they're not chuckle fucks. They're wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people, bringing you deep RP and emotional RP here. Next week on Thursday. That's Chatty Book. Next
Chatty Book.
Thursday, as well as probably some Jedi Fallen Order, and Sunday, fingers crossed, we'll have everybody again for the Motley Mercenaries, as they are currently called.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stay tuned for
wow.
all those things. Take care, guys. Love yourselves and love each other, and we will all see you again in another stream. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.